All right, don't be alarmed by the ski mask. It's just cold out here. So I'm honestly here just to rant, see what comes of it. I'm here. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I'm in here at Fairview Cemetery. It was like 2 weeks ago. I wanted to. Crazy enough, I was trying to propose to this girl, some girl who, of course, I'm being anonymous, in this cemetery. I've been dating for 2 years. And then, man, when I tell you stuff went south, because I've explored in other posts, but like, let me see. I've explored in another post, but like, I was diagnosed. I'm definitely misdiagnosed when I was 19 as bipolar, and ever since then, imagine every time you get emotional or like multiple things happen at one time, like your grandfather dying and you crashing your car, problem with your girl, like, then everybody's like, "Yo, you're mad emotional. Hey, you taking your meds?" It's like, it's the most frustrating, make you want to fight somebody thing. And that was the climax, one of the climaxes. There's so many climaxes in terms of that. Because I invited so many friends and family, even to live stream into the, what the heck? Hold on, bro. They just, okay, this is a tangent. These deer used to live all across here. I used to live all the way over there, like past those houses, before those houses were built. Where I feel bad because their home's been messed up, but it's all further changing, man. Anyway, this felt like the perfect spot for a proposal because one, it's weird as hell, and I'm a weird person, and this cemetery means a lot to me. It's I don't really come here often, but it means a lot to me because I grew up right over. I mean, went to middle school kind of over there, so I grew up over there. Born in Spring Ridge, though. Oh, born. But even like, I was born at FMH when it was still FMH, not Frederick Health, and FMH is built, or was built. And when they excavated like the ground for FMH, they found like my ancestors. I didn't realize. I know that until like 2 months ago, because I'm supposed to be someone involved with a project I don't even know. Right, for a documentary for Frederick Health, I don't even know. And see, this is what I was looking for this morning. I know where my grandmother was. I knew where my grandmother was. It's Adelaide. Oh, you can't even see Adelaide Hall. And this is my that was my great grandmother. That's my great grandmother. This would be my great grandfather. And so I'll be the 5th generation of people in my family to be buried here, for real, right? So it's an important spot to me, even though I don't come here. Well, one of the first in high school, there's a little picture of me making an app. So I was trying to make an app for Fairview Cemetery so people would know exactly where their family was. And honestly, no one else would really care except for people who've been in Frederick for generations, like the black people. This is a black cemetery. No one else really cared. Where I live, let me show you. Live up there past those bushes, and I've gone straight. It's just straight through. Like there's a path kind of, but I've just gone whatever. And I was telling my mom, I was like, this gets crazy. Like no one else would really need an actual. They probably never make an actual path, like just this cemetery, which wouldn't make any sense anyway. But they would never do that because no one in that place, that neighborhood, would have family here. Because the people who have been here for generations are like outnumbered now. And so now it feels weird. It's like there's so many. I'm learning so much about Frederick now that I'm realizing, like, I don't know, like even the historic National Road went through Frederick and went past the like on Patrick Street. I didn't know that until a week ago. Like Abraham Lincoln, we were the capital of Maryland for like a week or something, and Abraham Lincoln was locking people up so they wouldn't secede from the Union, like Maryland wouldn't. Like there's so much Frederick history, and this is historical. This is an important part of history for me. Like this graveyard, because again, 5 generations, so I'll be the 5th generation. But also it means so much because, like I said, I was born at FMH, and that's where like my family used to be buried for. And when they like dug the people up and they found the bodies, they figured out they moved them, a lot of them, over to here. That's the second time they got moved, or maybe the 3rd time. I don't even know. But that's what this thing says, kind of. It might be, yeah, that's kind of what this thing says, right? So I remember I told someone that like a month ago, and they were like, "What does it really matter?" No, that's not what they said. That was later in the story. When I told them not just that, but they got moved to Fairview Cemetery, which is here, which is floodplain. Like the water, yeah, the water's right down there. And so I was like, dang, like would they build a white funeral home? Sorry, a white cemetery? Like that is crazy. Just like some certain times, it's just like some certain things are a statement. Like, you don't even have to say stuff. It's just like a statement. Just like, and I looked it up. I thought yesterday, like, can you make a cemetery in floodplain? And it said, yeah. So I thought it was like that would be like non-sacred, which it is kind of seems non-sacred to just imagine. This is a small tangent. Let's imagine. No. So I want you to think about this. What's the reason it wouldn't be cool for me to like stomp on graves or like destroy headstones? Like, it's not the person. If they could make another headstone, even though they're very old, it would be a new headstone, but these people would still know what it was. But there's something that's just wrong about it. You just feel it. I don't know if you feel it instinctually, or maybe it's a culture thing, but you just feel that, right? But I'm playing with it now, because I'm like, there in Frederick, there are these signs on the side of the road. They're like military, like honoring people in the military who died. So if I shot up that, like, I would never do that. But if I, put some bullet holes in there or something, people would feel a type of way, even though it's an easily replaceable sign. It's not even a gravestone. So the questions like that are what make me interested in like the sacred and the profane. That's why I studied in college. Religious studies. Yeah, anyway. That's an internal shit I gotta deal with. Anyway, the point, bro, when I tell you I'm a weird dude, that's why it doesn't go well with the bipolar misdiagnosis and manic shit, or like manic accusations. It was like a month ago. It was like right after the first time I'd come to this cemetery after my grandfather died, because I'm not a funeral person. I'm fine with funerals, but that one I just didn't want to go to. It was at the Weinberg. I didn't want to go to it, and that was my choice. I was right around outside of it on the creek, but no. And so when I came back here, I think the first time I was good, but I just sat there. But like, I came back with my friend Grant, and he was just, I started crying, because let me tell you this story, bro. Oh, hold on. Somewhere over there, it's a gravestone for Bernard Brown and his wife, and Bernard Brown is still alive. That community center named after him, and I know him because I've interviewed him like a couple times. And I was sitting there with Grant, and I was just asking him, like, would you ever like look at your gravestone? He's like, no, I really wouldn't do that. Like, I would not really thought about that. And like, because I didn't even think about it. But I mean, if your spouse dies and you're old, you might, just like my grandma has a plot next to my grandfather, you can come and look at your grave. And so, I just spoiled there. I'm throwing an video event next week, and I was going to announce it then, but actually I'll announce my weird thing at that event on the 23rd at Super Arts. But anyway, it's just like this whole idea of mortality also misses sacredness, or like, I don't know, but mortality, it's like, because a lot of people have gone through some traumatic stuff, some life-threatening stuff, some like almost die stuff. And so I know, in a sense, definitely people think about death all the time, or it's theirs, or is it just like loosely related? Death is like a constant fear for people, even if they don't realize it, right? And so I was like, what? Like, like, what would that be like? Just like looking at your grave. I'm not trying to, lay in there or lay in an open grave or something, but looking at your gravestone, I would do that. And I don't know. I'm not a funeral person, like I said. I'm not like into funerals and like cemetery. It feels like not performative, but it feels like a ritual. It feels like it's only meaningful because we have established it has meaning, or have culture said it has meaning, not because it has meaning in and of itself. But now I'm kind of changing my mind, because spirituality and religion-wise, I don't believe in God, or not in the traditional sense. To make it, to like simplify it, if God is infinite, then he has to be. If he's infinite, he can't be finite. If you say he's all good but he's not bad at all, that's not infinite. That's the simplest I could put it. And yeah, but there's so much more to that. But that's what I'll say for now. And so, talking about going back to the crazy stuff I was doing like a month ago or whatever, before I got taken into the hospital again for the fifth time. I took my guitar. Keep in mind, I don't know if you've seen 8 Mile, but this is actually an 8 Mile end scene situation. I got $500 negative in business, $500 negative in the checking, I think like $5,000 for 2 credit cards in debt. When I tell you I'm broke, I couldn't even laugh. I mean, it is kind of funny because I never saw myself in this situation where like, is this bad? Not even that. Plus, bro, I'm almost getting evicted from my place. That's not important details. In that eviction, they called about my car getting repoed. I said, damn. Because I always thought I was a money getting Negro. Even if I wasn't getting money at the time, I was like, I want a projector. And I'm still on a projector. What I've been saying all week is, yo, all I need, Rubik's Cube and cab ride. Come on. Or Rubik's Cube and the Uber. That's in my version. But it's like, so I keep on getting distracted, but that's me. The specific weird stuff was that I walked down from like there, from like my house over there to like this graveyard. And I didn't even use the path. I just went straight through where the deer live and don't live anymore, or still live. I went through the creek. I feel like that was probably just for fun. Cause I was like, I was wearing Crocs. I was like, I was holding, that's what I forgot to say. I was holding my guitar. All this stuff was happening, like no money, but I don't know. I took my guitar, I went across the street, went across the creek. It's like in the crotch. It's probably at my, like mid, past my ankles, but it wasn't crazy, but it was enough to make somebody not do that. I got here to the cemetery because I was trying to get here at sunrise, just like do something private, I guess, for my grandfather. And I tried to climb the fence, bro. The fence is so old, you can't even do that. So, I was just rushing because, it's like a divine timing type thing, even if I don't believe in divinity or like a God, a Christian God, or traditional, whatever. And I got here, and I had my guitar. I think I just placed it on my great grandma's grave because I put a little inscription on it. I might have come back a couple of times just to figure out. Because I think I left the guitar here and then came back another day. And it was here for a couple of days. But I left some inscription on it, like, if you know the guitar, the name of the guitar, you can keep it. And I assume only one person would know, but it didn't even get to that point because it just got taken and given back to me. So, and I was never afraid of, I don't know, I don't want to get into it. But the point of it was because at the end of the day, people always think this is weird when I say this. I'm Aang the Avatar. And people watch, I don't know if maybe older people are watching this, they don't know Avatar: The Last Airbender. But when people watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, they might see themselves in a lot of different characters. But when you say you're Aang, that makes you sound cocky. But I'm not saying I'm Korra. I'm saying, first off, when it comes to like the elements, I'm air, bro. Like, go. But also, like, and that's my biggest weakness and biggest strength. There's a lot I can get into with like air stuff, and I'm also, the nomad stuff is me, or like, even like the spirituality thing, like that's me, right? I don't even know, yeah. And so, the funny thing is, I was so into religion and spirituality, I was just using college as like a way to essentially become enlightened. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I could try to get my degree, because I was into all that shit. And it went to the point where my study abroad was in India, because I wanted to do Israel or India, because, world religions. And India won out, because Israel was going through some stuff. And, what was I saying? Oh, I got to India, I found this meditation center, dude, it was chill, paid $100 for like a month. I came every single day to meditate at this place. It was more like energy healing, like Reiki, but like every day, every single day. And when I first met the guru dude, he was like, "Here, just watch this," and he passed me like his phone, and it was like a video of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it was like the guru in Avatar: The Last Airbender explaining the 7 chakras. I was like, what the? Like, it's so funny. There's so many moments like that in life where it's like, I traveled to India like this year or last year because I wanted to see the stars better. But I live in Frederick County. It's not that hard to see the stars. It's easier to see the stars here than a lot of places most places in India. I'm not gonna lie. And It's like going across the world to find what's already home. And so when I saw him do the Avatar thing, the Avatar video, I was like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I don't know, but I just stuck around because I was skeptical, but I felt sure at the same time. I don't know. But I was wrong. That's true theory. And just like people say, like, I don't know, fear the man who's punched 1,000 times or punched, knows 1,000 punches or has done a one punch 1,000 times. I don't know. That's with video that's me with video because I like to watch a crazy amount of videos. But what I've started doing is, that's beautiful. Oh, golden hour. I'm not really golden as a black man. Golden brown. That's golden brown hour. That's a bar. Damn, what was I saying? Oh no, I think it was something about the Avatar and the chakras. that threw me off. I'm not gonna lie. But I watch that video like every day now because I just need to memorize the basics rather than watching all different stuff. I learn nothing. It's just about like I see the repetition of one thing, and that's why it's like a mantra. And like I need stability, and now I'm like checking in or like thinking about that every day because these last couple of weeks, that's root chakra. Like the base of your spine, it's like survival, and it's blocked by fear. You find the same details in Avatar, literally. Blocked by fear of death, fear of the dark, fear of the unknown, whatever. And I'm trying to every day ask myself, what am I afraid of? Like, I don't know. I'll try to literally answer. The other day I was afraid of the dark because it's like 2 a.m. and I was, anyway. Right. So, root chakra. I'll just jump around. Middle here. Actually, no. I'm sorry. This is all over the place. But come on, we're 17 minutes in. So root chakra at the base. You can't even say. Survival, blocked by fear. Then you go up. It's like sacral chakra. So the base one is earth. Up from that is water. That's emotion. That's like pleasure. And it's blocked by guilt, right? Guilt, what you've done to yourself, to other people, whatever. Then one up from there, it's fire, it's the gut, it's like willpower. I don't even remember what's blocked by. Go up from there. You got the middle of your, I don't know, heart. That's what it is. Heart. That's air. And so when you say Aang, he's in the air temple when he's talking about the heart chakra. That one is about love. And it's blocked by grief, which Aang had a lot of grief. That's a lot of people do. And then going up from that, I think it's throat chakra, lies. It's about truth, blocked by lies. Third eye, it's like intuition. I forget what third eye is, like kind of intuition, I think. I'm mainly just focusing on the bottom ones. And then like the crown chakra, it's more about it's more like God consciousness, I guess. And it's the key to getting into the crown chakra is like non-attachment, which is very, very hard. And so that's why when you watch the show, the cartoon show, like you was like, yo, in order to get into the Avatar state, which is important to being able to defeat what Ozai, which he needed to do, or so I don't know, Ozai, yeah, that's what you needed to do. That you need to be not attached. And so he's like, let go of everything that you're attached to, or including like love. And that's when he stops. He's like, no, I can't do that. I can't let go of a Katara. I can't. What? And when I first watched the series, or even the second time, I thought it was just like this crown chakra where he stopped. But if you watch that the clip or like the episode, when you talk about the root chakra, every single chakra, the root chakra, he was afraid of Katara. He was afraid of losing Katara. The heart chakra, he was grieving all the people who he lost in other airbenders, but the love was Katara. The throat chakra, he had told Katara. She was there for every single chakra. And then at the top, he's saying, yo, the guru's saying, no, let it go. Let her go. And I relate to that. It's like, no, I can't. But that's why I was here with the guitar. Because that guitar was $800 when I bought it used. $800. I love that guitar. And I put this shit in it was raining the next day. I said, fuck it. That's not even me saying I'm completely not attached to it, because I still love that guitar. And I still have that guitar. But it's like, sometimes I just play with shit like that. Play with like, man, what if I, because even the evictions, all this different stuff that's been happening, bro, I'm in the woods, or like just like sleeping in my car, sleeping in the car with the without it being able to turn on, not having nothing, even lamps, bro. Come on, never thought I'd be here, but I'm glad I am. Like all that stuff taught me. I'm not non-attachment. I'm not non-dualistic, but I'm a lot closer than I thought I was, and I'm grateful for that. I'm very grateful. Still frustrated, but grateful. And I don't know, man. The psych ward stuff is funny because it's made me who I am today. And because I've been in there 5 different times. Shepherd Pride in Baltimore. Oh, I'm not going back to Baltimore County. Oh my goodness. This girl threw a chair at the staff, which I was like, before I was like, why is there a big old screen there? Because women throw chairs, or people throw chairs. Then she fought the staff, and she was like, oh, well, why? They're trying to get me on an assault. They didn't even get bruised. I said, what the? Get me out of here, bro. I got in a fight with a dude because we were making one of them like engineering structures with like what spaghetti stuff, or spaghetti noodles. I don't know. And I was talking the whole time. I was like, yo, I was suggesting things, and my mantra is this. Like, if you ever see me do this just to myself, you know I'm like, that's my mantra. I don't know how to explain it, but that's my mantra. Like that grounds me, because I need to realize I need to shut up. Like, just in general. I'm a quiet person, or used to be a more quiet person. But I just say shit at the wrong time. I don't know how to describe it. This isn't focusing right. Maybe it is. Hold on. But yeah, anyway, it's just sometimes, and I've received that sign so many times, but I ignored it because I thought I was tripping, or I was crazy. And then after a certain point, I never really believed I was bipolar, but at a certain point, people said so much, I was like, man, maybe I am. And then I started taking the shot instead of the pills for Abilify, because I was like, yo, I just need the insurance. I just need the insurance against, making sure shit. But no. At the end of the day, all I need is me. I need other people for sure. I need them to death. But at the end of the day, if I die, I pray to God it's not going to be Sunday, because people will be looking up the Jets game. Someone said it to me, and I was like, yo, that's real. That's real. And I'm going to go in, and I'm going to go back, because it's getting real cold, actually. Or like my fingers. But like, man, I had this what I realized was a delusion a couple weeks ago, where I was like, man, I could never go homeless in Frederick, because I know there's so many people I know. They just see me on Carroll Creek. Let's be real. They see me on Carroll Creek, say, Malcolm, is that you? Come here. Come home. And there is truth to that. But when before I went to the hospital, I was just doing social experiments, essentially. I was down over there. I don't even want to switch the camera. I was on on Knoxville Boulevard. I was trying to put my thumb up to like get a ride. People don't really do that anymore, so fair. But I even got in the middle of the street on some. They probably thought San Andreas was about to happen, because I was in like a vest and like this. Yeah, I'm not like an actual vest, but like a cotton vest or something like that, or whatever. Yeah, I wouldn't open the door anyway. I wouldn't give them a ride either. So I was trying to get somewhere I needed to go. I need to go there as fast as possible, but sometimes I can get places if I walk, but I can't get places if I jog, because I forget that. And that's one of many life lessons I recently had. But there's been so many lows. Well, I thought were lows, but like important lows recently. So before I got, because I've said this multiple times. Like every single hospital visit or like situation where it's classified as manic, I've gone taken a truck and had dudes who pull up in assault rifles, which actually police are very cool, so I wouldn't stress about that. I had panic attacks. I had inside the psych ward, there was this woman who peed on the floor and shit on the floor. All that different stuff. Last time there was fights. Usually at a lot side. Or even before I go in, like, police coming to my place. Like, come on. Every time I grow from it, which ideally I wouldn't want to need to grow from that. But one of those lows, I told you I was trying to propose to some anonymous girl. And that's why I was about to do the San Andreas stuff. I needed to get to her store. And I was like, yo, she's about to leave for a trip. This is my time. It's like, it's like, she's headed to the airport. I gotta, like that type of time. I thought it'd be, but man, this is a girl who had blocked me. So I had no means of, Instagram. No means of contact. So I was like, fuck. This is my Hail Mary full serve. The way it ended, it was me in handcuffs. Because it wasn't even trespassing. I've been in that place for many times, like 30, 40 times in her house. But she's Muslim, so her mom wouldn't even recognize her. And this whole thing, I brought a concoction that would only make sense to her. And I don't even know if it makes sense to her. Probably just thought I was crazy. But I put it on her door, and then I put it on another part of her door or something like that, because I wasn't sure. I think just her mom was home. Long story short, she comes home while I'm doing all this shit. I think she's already home. Then I leave because I was like, oh shit, this is about to go down. I was just trying to ding dong ditch, but I didn't know if someone was gonna answer the door because the shit was ice cream. That's why there's so much to the story, but I'm gonna go. So then I tried to leave, bruh. He follows me. I'm going to a different neighborhood. Then the police come. I was like, in 3 minutes. I was like, God damn, your response time is great. I'm on the ground, hands up, or like hands behind my head, all this stuff. Cause I'm like, yo, still 6 days in the psych ward. Still, because they said I'll go in voluntarily. I'm not in trouble. We just heard someone was walking in the sidewalk. That's what they got me for. Walking in the sidewalk. You can't do that. Someone called. You can't do that. Okay, so we got to take you in. Okay, sounds weird. But you'll be fine. Yeah, 6 days later. 6 days later, I'm out. Anyway, and that just happens, man. Because when you're in, that's another thing about the psych wards. When you're in there, all they care about is medication. You can barely see because they do checks every 15 minutes. Yeah, it's not a therapeutic situation. I want to say this before. I keep on telling this story all the time. When that lady was peeing in the floor on Booker Lane, came to the therapist who was on staff, and I was like, yo, I don't think this is a therapeutic place for me because people are peeing on the floor. She said, like, well, I don't see why that's relevant to your own mental health. Like, you have in control. I said, she's passing on the floor. It's like, come on, bro. And I asked someone this last time. I was like, yo, it's stressful here. You got people throwing chairs and shit. Like, have you been in a situation like this? He's like, yeah, I work here, man. I said, I know, like from in here where you can't leave. No, he's not. No. I'm sorry. And so it's like, the health situation was a low. Before, I'm all over the place. But essentially, at one point, bruh, I was like, everything was going to shit. I was like, yo, I'm just going to go. I'm trying to go across the state, across the country for it. I was just like, yeah, I could be a nomad. I don't care. I'm losing my place. Whatever. I'm a nomad. The only reason I was in West Virginia. Passed it. Went to Hagerstown. I had $32. The homeless man asked for $16. I gave him $16. Or he asked for food. I said, I don't have any money because I literally didn't. He asked for a smoke. I said, yo, I could just do that. Yeah, sure. It was $16. Fuck. $32 becomes $16. I was trying to make it stretch. And I was gonna come back eventually, but not come back soon. And here's the path. And I stopped in West Virginia to spend the last $16. And I was like, what am I spending on for food for the night? I bought a turkey sandwich from Subway. From like the Subway, it was like midnight, so it was just like the prepackaged one. And if you've ever been in a psych ward, you know they got 3 meals a day, and then at the end you got a snack, and they all do turkey sandwiches or ham sandwiches. And I was saying all week to myself, I said, bro, no matter what happens, they're not taking me back to those psych ward, bro. I'm doing the dash before that happens. And I sat there, I was like, bro, and that's what I kept on saying all week. I ain't going back to the turkey sandwiches. I ain't going back to those turkey sandwiches. Never. And then I ate the Subway. I saw it there. I was like, I gotta eat the turkey sandwich. Fuck Right. The next morning, this anonymous girl calls me, said, well, yo, where you at? Blah, blah, blah. She said, I'm convinced to come back. And that's when, after that, all this stuff happens with her house and all this different stuff. So, well, there's a lot more to that story, to be fair. There's a lot more to that story, to be fair. But I came back for her now and see how that went. Yeah, terribly. And even for the proposal, which is also another low point, we're supposed to be at Fairview Cemetery. I call all my friends and family. Just know I was about to live stream here, like tune in, all this different stuff. Then I got there, bro. I had a big old case of just stuff that's gonna. Cause I'm like a sentimental person, and I'm good at improvising all this different stuff, doing meaningful stuff. I arrived from my place. It was a 15-minute walk or something. And more than 15, I don't know. And I get there, no one's there. Later on, I found out my cousin actually was there. I just couldn't see inside the car. So at least him. I love that man. But everybody else who I called my person said, yo, any call people say, yo, I'm proposing. If you could be there, yo. I know you're in a different state, but yo, no, you would have been there, front row, in a big old circle. And one person showed up, I had like 20 people posting on, oh man, life's so funny. I was like, damn. They really think I'm manic. They really, I try not to use that word. So I was, at that point, I was like, I feel like I died or something. It was like, phew. It's like a relief and just like a burden at the same time. I was like, man. If I was homeless, nigga wouldn't give a fuck. Sorry, if I was homeless, nobody would give a fuck. Because I got so exhausted walking that way, I just laid down out of frustration on the sidewalk. Because I was like, this is a social experiment. I don't know if someone's just going to walk past me, exactly what they did. With their kid. With a little girl. Just walk around them. Which, fair. That's I'd probably do the same thing, too. Maybe, I don't know. And I was I'm about to end it. But when I was in the psych ward this last time, I said, damn, what is 7 times 77? That's how many times Jesus said to forgive, right? Or whatever the Old Testament, whatever, right? So what's that? It was like 539, maybe, I don't know. I think it's 539. And it's like, that's how many times we got to forgive people? And then, because to be fair though, I've done a lot of stuff that I didn't be forgiven for, so fair. But with the 7 times 27 stuff, 539, whatever, it's like when people do like those push-ups as a joke. It's like 1, 2, 540, fuck this. And that's how I feel certain times. Sorry to the feminists out there that said bitch. But it's like, that's how I feel sometimes. It's like, I meditate for 10 minutes in the morning and just still want to kirk on people, not Negroes. And I don't know. I also never really felt more like myself. This is what I'm actually going to end on. So, before I went into the hospital, my same hospital I was born and my family used to be under, I shaved my head something crazy. I shaved my head like crazy. And at first I was just going to do the whole thing because it was a reference to Avatar, Last Airbender. And, you know, when you see Aang shave his head again, after he goes it out, you're like, oh, it's Aang's back. He's locked in. So that's what I was doing. The 4th time I went into the hospital, before that, I cut my dreads because my grandfather had died. And so it was like Game of Thrones type stuff. Same in India. You know, you lose a battle, you cut your hair, whatever. Symbolic. And man, it's cold. It was funny because I went downstairs to get the scissors for my grandmother because I was like, yeah, I gotta these. I'm like sentimental, like I said. I went to her. I'll never forget this. I said, "Now, Alice, can I get some scissors? I'm trying to cut my hair like this." She said, "Oh, you're cutting your dreads?" I said, "Oh my goodness." It's like you can't explain moments like that. Or maybe you can. I don't know, man. And I have that little dreads in the back. And so this time I was doing the hair thing again, but I did the yay. So people wouldn't know if it's not yay fans, but Kanye he did a haircut that just looked crazy one time. He asked his barber to do it, and his barber was upset that he messed up Kanye so bad. But it was just like, to intentionally look crazy. And so I ended up doing that instead of shaving, because I don't know how to shave clean. My head clean. I'm like, fuck it, I look crazy. And I have to, like, not embrace it, but like, not be afraid. And then, oh man, it's cold. Embrace it. I was saying, embrace it, not be afraid. Oh, but then it's funny because I don't even know when this was, but I realized later, bro, my hair is not my hair is, the analogy doesn't work with the hair stuff this time, because I was in the mirror. I've never had hair like that, so it didn't make sense I was going back to that, but it had its own purpose. What made me realize I was me again, bro, I used to have like very like separated teeth as a kid, got braces and a retainer, and over the years I just lost my retainer so many times that it's just like slowly separated. I spent like $2,000 on credit just to fix my teeth, just to like get bite instead of Invisalign, because whatever. Because I'm addicted to people saying you're good enough, people saying you have nice teeth, people said you're handsome. I'm addicted to that. I'm trying to be less attached to that. Anyway, I looked in the mirror and I saw my head, whatever. I saw my teeth, I need to find my teeth, whatever. Insecurity. I saw my teeth separate. I said, yo, that's me. It's me. What I've been afraid of this whole time. What I've been afraid of not hearing someone say, you have nice teeth. When I was in the cycle where someone said, I have nice teeth. Have not heard that as much since my teeth separated and I let them get like more yellow. And it's like, I don't know, something about seeing that in the mirror. Like, it just, because you can take my place, you can take my car, my money, my woman, I don't care, bro. I mean, I care, but you can't take these teeth though, bro. Well, I don't know. All right, this has been Malk Father, your parent guardian for Frederick, Maryland.